G'day. So this video is around the topic of blame. Now, it's something that I talk about in my book under the category of self-sabotage, but it's also the first newsletter that I wrote under the Life Quotes with Goats newsletter. No, not those kind of goats that are hiding behind the tree there. The acronym greatest of all time. If you haven't checked it out, jump on the website and you can read the more detailed article there. So what it generally it talks about is how we disempower ourselves when we blame others or circumstances for, our shortfalls in life. What I found is that I often would, look, over the years, I had dreams and aspirations like we all did, and I think quietly why I didn't reach the goals that I aimed at was because I was blaming circumstances. I was blaming, look, I was a young dad, and God, never regret it. Don't get me wrong, absolutely loved being a dad, and so thankful that I did have them young. But at the time, it was a bit of a dent in the career aspirations, so I blamed that as to why I didn't achieve things. And this is probably subconsciously for me, but quite often we also blame, we'll blame other people for why we can't do things. We'll blame people at work why we're not good at our job. We'll blame politicians why the country's buggered. We'll put a lot of our effort into projecting outside of ourselves and blaming things in life as to why we can't do what we want to do or what we meant to do. Now, some cases, of course, you can't do everything you want, but I feel that we give away so much power, give away so much energy when we are just putting that out there. Because guess what happens when you blame something for something not happening? It doesn't change anything. Absolutely zero. The only thing that happens is you've had a grumble and maybe you feel better about it, but it's not going to change, is it? So I've thought about, because I spent years, trying to unpack this as to why I wasn't achieving things. And then, I just realised the areas that I would blame. I am blaming these flies for getting my face again. I thought I left them down at the hiking trek. So what I'm getting at is that I've adopted this concept called the zero blame technique. And what that means, basically, does what it says on the tin. It means not blaming anyone or anything for things that happen that don't seem to be ideal for what you want at the time. And just take that power back. Someone says something and you think, you're blaming them for getting angry because they said something you didn't like. Well, yeah, I've done that. But again, it doesn't achieve anything. It's more, can you focus on, okay, what is it that triggered you? What is it that bothered you about what they said? And can you find some resilience against that? All things aside where you have to stand up for yourself if it's conflict, but I'm just referring to how we unconsciously blame so much in our lives for things that don't suit us. And like I said, it does zero. So try the zero blame concept and you start to realise, I know I did, start to realise how much of my energy frees up, how much of my mind frees up to then focus on how can I make the changes that I need to make to, reach the goals I want to reach. It just gives me more focus, more time, and things just roll off my back so much easier once I've been putting this into practice. So anyway, that's just a little video on the zero blame technique. Like I said, it's in the book, shameless plug, you'll get plenty of those. And it's in the newsletter, Life Quotes with Goats. Geez, they're making a bit of noise. Jump on the website, albertgermain.com.au. Hope to see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.